Yo, yo, yo. All right. Well, hello, world. James Gardner here, of course. Duh. All right. I am back in Rhode Island, as many of you know. And now that the dust has settled over the last handful of days, I find myself here at midweek wanting to just share some insights and share a little conversation with you over the past few days and what to maybe look forward to over the next month. As I stay here in Rhode Island for the month of November. So, wow, this journey. Uh, First off, I love you guys. Truly. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, keeping me in this game because it's days like this where, it gets heavy when you're juggling a lot of things and you create a piece of art, if you will, and art is so subjective it's just you're putting yourself out there, never mind writing your own memoir and hanging yourself out to dry, good, bad, and ugly. So with an intention of inspiring others to look inward and to grow themselves. So yeah, it's just one of those days. And I knew I knew coming back here would be an emotional journey for me. I knew that. And I was prepared for that, or so I thought. And I arrived last Friday in Boston, reconnected with my best friend Dave, who many of you know, who's in the book quite extensively. Yeah, actually starting to get his own fan club now. Bring Dave back. That's what they're saying to me. Uh, just reconnecting to him and having that emotional thing, and then my best friend's dad passed away unexpectedly, I guess, and blessed that I could be here for that, and had to switch some things around and was able to come to, you know, um, a memorial service and then the funeral the next day, and that same day of going to the funeral, I then went to the nursing home to see my folks who I haven't seen in a little over 2 years, and then the emotional tsunami that ensued from that. Um, for some of you that don't know, my mom has been struggling with Alzheimer's over the last couple of years. Has really gone downhill, and my mom, Carolyn Gardner, is a legend in among the Wickfordites of Wickford. She worked at Earnshaw Drugs for 37 years, which then became CVS and then became Walgreens or something like that. And now, unfortunately, is a vacant building in Wickford, which is a huge eyesore, but that's a different conversation. But my mom was the uh, rumor control for the town, and she used to be a school teacher, and then she became the clerk that everyone knew, and she would be the one that would greet everybody that would come in, and she would save newspapers for people, and she would see the generation of people growing older, and little kids that she taught in school, um, you know, get their driver's license and then come back as a married young adult or a married adult, and then have kids of their own, and she was quite a staple. And I never really knew how much of a, I don't want to say icon of Wickford, but she's legendary. And I never knew how much until I started sharing the journey about book writing, about writing the book, and also sharing a journey about my mom's health. So, um, and uh, and now, she sits in a chair pretty much all day long, um, and stares blankly into space. conversation she has with my dad is obviously one-sided. She's having hallucinations, which is part of what Alzheimer's people go through. And she, as I feared, which thankfully my dad had warned me, when I walked in, she did not recognize me. So she did not recognize her only son. And, that was a little something to get over, for sure, especially since, in the beginning part of the book, my mom is and was everything to little Jimmy in terms of his savior. And this story is full of full circle moments of life. That's the beauty of life, small and large. And I was hoping that I could tie up that full circle bow and be able to maybe take care of her. As she did me. Alas, it's not to be. However, I am. The cockles of my heart are warmed by the fact that my parents are living the real life notebook, and my dad will sit and read some of these pages of the book to her. That gives me comfort. And so it's been an emotional ride. And a lot of it too is this sense of home. I make no qualms about the fact that I am called to come back here. And, coming back here in this time of year, I look out the window, which has always been my favorite time. And, when I wanted to come back east for the book tour, I wanted to come back in October because that's exactly how the book starts. October 1976 was the fall in New England in 1976 was simply October rust, the very first line of the book. I knew I wanted to come back and honor that love that I've always had and that Jimmy always had for New England in the fall. And, even just seeing some old faces at the memorial service, I saw, of course, my best friends, and my best friends and they're his brothers and Steve and John and Chris and James and Jay and my best friend Ed and Matt, kind of like the old crew. And then there were some other people that I haven't seen in years. Paulie, Bruce, Billy Duckworth, just blast from the past. And that was emotional, and because I feel like I've part of this, this 408 page journey, guys, is about the currency of relationships. Life is a series of fucking relationships, big and small. And no matter how small, they leave an imprint on us. And, I know reconnecting with a lot of you, as I hope to reconnect with a lot of you, is going to enrich me further and increase my units of happiness and living. And also is going to be emotional because I'm a very nostalgic individual. So I'm bracing for that. And I want to reconnect to a lot of you that have been cheering me from the sidelines, whether it's engagement, whether it's comments, whether it's sometimes I get people that are watching my content, and then they just reach out and I didn't even know they were watching my content. And that's the beauty of the work that I do, and why I'm blessed to get on here and share stuff, and now share it for the world in terms of how little Jimmy and James views life and all its symphonic badassery. And so I look forward to reconnecting to my high school peeps and friends. So I am back, and I want to connect now. Here's some stuff. A lot of you have some pre-orders. So look at that. I got to put my old man specs on to read this. Sorry, guys. You got it, Polly. In the storms we tread through in life, there are always pockets where we can laugh and smile. That's right, my brother. I hope you were listening when I gave you a shout out. How good it was to see you. Now, a lot of you have pre-ordered the book. So I have a shit ton, literally a shit ton of books over there by the window in boxes for all of you. So for those of you that pre-ordered, I would love to connect, hand deliver this to you, of course, personally signed. Oh, Mary Beth, it was great seeing you as well. Oh, Mary Beth, love you. I actually went in to see Jennifer, Jen Corey from back in the day. I told her I ran into you at the funeral, and I gave her a hi, and we had a good laugh and some stuff. So it was really great to connect back to her. So I just want to share that to you. I want to give these books to you guys, the ones that pre-ordered. I have your numbers. I will be reaching out. I will be Facebook messaging you. I will be also, hey, blow up my DMs too. Message me, say, hey, where's my flipping book? And let's get together, right? And whether it's just a quick pass off, a hug, a coffee, whatever it is, let's do that. I'm here for a month, so there's plenty of time. I will have some signing events coming up later in the month. I have a couple in Massachusetts. The Barnes & Noble in Middletown, Rhode Island is on November the 19th. The Wickford store is going to have some signed books for me. I can't do an event there because they're remodeling, unfortunately, but they will be having my books in stock. I think they're already there, and I'm going to go in and sign those for people to go in and get their own. But I am here. So let's connect. I am doing an event scheduled at the end of November at the high school. So if people also want to come and collect their pre-ordered book, then that's awesome. As well as people can come. They can get a book. If they already have a book, I know some of you already ordered books. You can bring your book, and of course, I'd sign it. The event will be Tuesday, November 29th at the high school at 7 p.m. at the auditorium. And it's just going to be an evening with me, an evening with yours truly, just sharing a little bit about this journey. I'm going to dive into, one of my keynotes that I do for a little bit. Might even do a chapter read. I'm going to orchestrate a Q&A, so stay tuned for that. I'll shed some more light. I'm actually brainstorming how I want this event to go the next few days, so stay tuned on that. And lastly, too, as I said, if you didn't catch it before, I have a shit ton of books over there. I know some of you want to get a book, and same thing holds true for you. I will get you a personalized signed copy. I will meet you. I will hug you. I will have coffee with you. I will drop it off at your work. Whatever it takes, you can meet me. I'm going to do some kind of staged meetings. Come get your book at places. I might be down at Shayna's down in Wickford for a bit, holding court, if you will. Pop in. I'll have some books. Say hi, that type of deal. Stay tuned. But I have some books. And honestly, cheapest place you can get it is right here through me directly. Screw Amazon. I love Barnes and Noble, but if you want to save yourself a few bucks, get it here. And I get to sign it for you. So there's my shameless pitch for me selling books. Because truthfully, every book I sell is a story imparted, and it is a piece of me taking another step on this journey. No author gets rich off books. However, books open doorways, and for me, that's my goal with All In With Love, is to bring this to the world, bring my ebook specifically to the world as well. For some of you maybe that are new following me on this journey and are looking for maybe, hey, what is this? I've seen some bits and pieces of James showcasing a Kirk doll or Star Trek, or something about a celebrity or a Chippendale bow tie or the movie industry, or what the heck's going on? Go into allinwithlove.com. That's a deep dive into the book that I put together that will give you an overview of how unique this book is in terms of all the different storylines and facets that make up this story. Allinwithlove.com. And it's great to be back. It's great to be back. It's great to honor this. I think there's two types of people when we grow up. We have the people that are like, or maybe it's three. Maybe it's three types. It's people that grow up and they never leave. The people that start to grow up and say, I gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. This place is like a ghost town. And then you have the people that come back full circle and come back home and come back to maybe fill a piece of their heart that was missing. And I think that's the journey that I'm on. That's certainly the journey of the book, for sure. And it's just amazing to be back. And it's amazing to honor all the relationships, all the places, as I start to kind of go around and share lives from different areas and that are in the book, and tie those in for people so they can kind of walk along this journey and bring a lot of you back to the exact spot where maybe an event took place, or something I was writing about, for example, right? And I'm looking forward to that. And that's a gift. That's a gift to me. And I hope and trust that storytelling wise, it's a gift to you, the reader, and to you, the viewer of this and the viewer of other posts. So with that said, I am back tomorrow to my coaching. I got a full day of coaching with the work that I do with personal and business development. So I have a new startup company that I'm doing, and things are really just ticking along. So I am an author. I am also a coach, and I'm also a speaker and a host, and I have those 4 lanes on the highway that is JG. And it's quite the ride. It's quite the ride. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share it, and however it lands for you. We all have our lives. We all have our own concerns. And yet we can all learn something from a conversation with someone else. And I will just say and leave you with, if it's an old friend, if it's a family member, if it's a sworn enemy, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, get in your car, make the effort, go say hi. Time's ticking. I know it's cliche, but I've really been gut punched by that twice in the last handful of days. And, it's a gentle reminder that there's always a price to pay for going all in. So I talk about this, always a price to pay. And, that also came full circle. Not in a negative way necessarily, but there's always a price to pay. Coming back, being at the funeral, seeing my best friend's family and kids that I haven't seen in years now grown up. And being back with my folks, and, the price of being an adventurer, the price of going to chart distant lands of adventure and fame and seeking this and seeking that and settling down across the country and things like that. There was a price to pay for that, right? And again, how we stand with that in acceptance and ownership is what truly defines our units of happiness. And that is the journey of myself in this book, to stand in acceptance and ownership over everything, over these 408 pages and the journey within, to get me right here. So, mad love to you guys. I'm shutting it down. I'm emotionally exhausted tonight. Reach out to me. I have books. I will do a song. I will do a lip sync. Tell me what you need. I got a book for you. I know that sounds desperate. It's not desperate, but I got a shit ton of books, in case you didn't hear. Shit ton over there. And let's help me help the voice of the inner child in all of us blow up fucking Rhode Island with this book. Let's do it. Let's make a noise for the next 4 to 5 weeks and beyond. Mad love. Thanks so much.